Hey everybody, it's Walter McCormick. Thank you guys for tuning in. Today we're going to be going over taxes, the most fun word in the entire planet for people to talk about. Okay, great. I'm just kidding. Hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, turn on the notifications bell, and we'll jump right in here on some things to consider when you're looking at what you should be doing about your taxes. So what we're going to go over today is a couple different avenues that you can approach and how to handle taxes, okay? So the most important thing is what are taxes going to be like in the future, okay? So step one, I'm not an accountant. This is not meant to be tax advice. Do not construe it as such. I am an insurance agent and some of these apply to myself. So if you have a problem with that, post in comments, make sure to hit the like button. Okay, so usually you have a few vehicles, okay? So you have the individual retirement account or an individual retirement arrangement if you're like a SEP or something like that with a business owner. So you have your traditional IRA, your Roth IRA, an annuity, and life insurance, okay? So there's a couple things that we need to consider when looking at these types of things. So if you got all those, good, I'm going to erase them. All right? So to first understand this, you got to look at the three problems. And this is what you should be thinking with when you're looking at your tax strategy and what you're going to have. So you have what I call taxes now. Okay? And so what falls into this category is, how to lower, if you're self-employed, you have your business deductions. You've got your traditional IRA falls into this category. Different kinds of ways that you use real estate investments. Putting money into where you're going to have capital gains, depreciation, real estate, investment properties, stuff like that. But basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to handle your taxes now, and usually it is to reduce them. Okay? So part of that goes into all those different areas that we're looking at. Okay? But this is not really, in my personal opinion, Walter McCormick, personal opinion, is not the biggest problem, okay? The biggest problem is number two, which is going to be future taxes, okay? So this is the biggest thing that when I talk to people and I run into different clients, the thing that they have trouble with is thinking with future taxes. We all think that our taxes right now are super high and it's crazy and the big bad IRS takes all of our money and also hits the like button. So, but that's not actually the case. If you look back historically, there have been higher periods of taxes. And if you look at the current state of the Social Security Administration, what happens to people's pensions, what's happening to people's benefits are getting cut back. It does not spell, a lot of good confidence for what's going to happen with future taxes. So, how do we handle this problem? The easy thing to look at handling this problem is what I call infinite. There's many handlings to this problem, basically. But, and I'll be serious now for a second. Hang on. I'll talk to you in a boring bin style. I'm just kidding. Not going to do that. But, so what we have to do is the solution is we have to try to reduce present tax And this is your traditional IRA, your 401k, if you qualify for those products. If you don't qualify for those products, it's setting up your business, structuring whatever corporation you have so that you can reduce your liability. You know, if taxes were a simple subject, then people would just make money, pay taxes, and that would be the end of it. But you hear all these stories about the wealthy, how they, Donald Trump, whether you hate him or not, he doesn't pay any taxes. He needs to pay more taxes. No, because he knows how to use the tax law to his advantage. He has attorneys, he has these types of people that do this work for him. He probably doesn't know how it all works in excruciating detail that his army of attorneys does, okay? So just think with that, okay? And then you have to also plan to schedule future taxes, okay? So you're going to do this because if you save your taxes in an IRA or a 401k now, you're going to have to pay taxes later, okay? Well, if you're in the 22% tax bracket, would you rather pay taxes at 22%, or let's say that the taxes go up to 45 or 50% in the future to sustain Social Security? I'm not saying it's going to happen. It could happen. I would have much rather paid my taxes at 22% opposed to this number. Okay? So what we have to do to handle both of these problems is you have to have these are horrible drawings of buckets, okay? So this is your tax defer bucket. And this is your tax-free bucket. So what your job is to put enough money into this one where it benefits you now, while at the same time putting money into this one so that it can benefit you later. So that when you're drawing money out of this policy, or out of this arrangement, whatever it may be, the taxes that are coming off are handled by what you're drawing out of from here, and that leads to more money, okay? So any type of a solution that you're looking at, you need to think of it in terms of that way, okay? I know that there's a lot of controversy around different products. There's a lot of people's opinions about different things. I can argue that red sports cars are better than blue sports cars, and Ford is better than Chevrolet all day, hands down. If you are a Chevy person, don't mean any offense. If you want to yell at me in the comments. I appreciate it. But the bottom line is you have to plan for right now as well as the future. If you have not had that conversation and you have not planned for that, then you need to start, okay? The important thing is, let's look at an example, okay? Let's say you're Joe and you make $80,000 a year, okay? So you're not making enough money to not be able to have an IRA. If your employer has a 401k plan type of a plan where they match 3%, then you need to take 3% of your income and put it, because that's free money, okay? You also should have a traditional IRA. That lowers your taxes now, okay? At the same time, you could also be putting money into either a Roth or what I call a life insurance retirement plan, or a LIRP, and that way this is going to be in the tax-free bucket. Okay? This is your tax defer. My handwriting is bad for the sake of speed, okay? So you want to be reducing this number down as low as you possibly can. So let's say, what's 3% of 80,000? Well, 5%, whatever. So let's say your total putting in $8,000 a year. Okay, well that lowers this number to 72. Okay, so you're going to be paying less taxes over here. While at the same time you're putting money into here, and this money can grow with gains, has some protections from the market depending on what policy you put it in, whether it's a Roth. If it's in a regular Roth, like an actively managed account, it won't have those same protections. But if you have it in life insurance, it can protect some of your money, so you're sequencing that risk of your big pile of money, and then you won't get wiped out by a 2008. Then later in life, let's say this guy's 38 years old. So 32 years later, when he hits age 70, he can hold off on taking his distributions from this money while supplementing. Let's say the market goes down, he pulls the minimum out of here and pulls out of this bucket. Now when the market's up, he pulls more out of here and doesn't pull out of here, and then you can jockey both of those two types of accounts and have a longer span of having your money work for you. So the bottom line, guys, is when you're looking at this, it's a complicated issue. You need to sit down, you need to think about it, and you need to plan for the repercussions of what's going to happen. Okay? If you don't, you're going to end up maybe getting stung by that bumblebee called the tax man. Or let's say you're in this situation and the Social Security falls out. How long is your money going to last? I myself, I'm 32. I'm not planning on having any Social Security when I get older. So I have to come up with an alternative plan. I hope you guys do the same. If you got something out of this video, make sure to like my channel, subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell so you can be updated when I put out new videos, post some comments, and if you would like to speak with me or you need assistance with your insurance needs or helping you navigate this, I have plenty of people I network with that are accountants, they are tax planners, stuff like that. Feel free to reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to assist you guys, okay? This is Walter McCormick, and don't forget, keep it simple, stupid. Have a good day. Be great.